What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Pikmin 2. Previously, we ended up going to the perplexing pool, opening up a bit of the area, and then also going to the glutton's kitchen. It's the last thing we ended up doing on the day. And unfortunately, I was really stupid, and I completely forgot to get a violet candy pop, but meaning we missed out on 5 purples, which really does blow. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to get enough purples in general throughout the rest of the adventure that that's not going to be too much of a worry going forward. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go back to the perplexing pool. We're going to get some of the above ground treasures, and at the same time we're also going to open up that area over to that other dungeon where I showed you that new enemy that we haven't been able to fight yet, the Toady Boister, right on the right side of base. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. So we're going to probably end up entering the dungeon that's over there, as again the last thing that we're going to end up doing on this day. But let's just see what we can get accomplished for the time being, because we got a few things to do. I'd like to get some things opened up and such, so let us see what we can do here today. So without further ado, we're gonna need a fair bit. I think we'll need 25 of these guys. I think that's another good amount. We're gonna need a good amount of whites as well. I think we'll get, I'm gonna need 25 blues as well. Blues will be really nice today. And then we are going to get just 20 reds. I don't think we need much more than 20. Then we can do 20 whites, and I think we can do 10 purples. Okay, and we should be good to go. Now, I apologize for losing that candy pop, but when I was recording that, I didn't tell you guys, I was sick that day, and I thought I was able to record. I was a lot sicker than I thought I was, so I completely apologize for that. So, now you might be recognizing this area from the Distant Spring. This is also an area that was reused from the Distant Spring, which is really cool that they were able to do that. So what we're going to do here is, what you need to do, you need to call over, actually, do we need to actually call over the... I think the best thing to do is to do yellows here. We're going to throw over yellows here, because I don't think we really need them for anything else. So we're going to do this, we got to call them over, and then we just got to do this. Do this. Just be really careful here. Okay. Because if they fall in, there's no way for them to recover. So... please. I don't know why I brought yellows up here. I thought this was an electric gate, I'll be honest with you. Oh, no, that's why. There's an electric gate over there. Okay. So we're going to leave Olimar with these guys while they build that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of these guys. I hope that there are eggs that fall down here. Are there any eggs that fall down here? No, because there's one blue straggler over here. We got to take care of these guys, because we got to break that wall over here. I'm going to see if I can bait these guys out, because their water dumbles are just annoying, right? Very nice. Okay, good. Alright, I think we can take out one with just the blues here, and then we'll get the blues to work on this wall over here. Good. Okay. Now with that all out of the way, we can come over here, and then we can just have the blues work on this gate right over here. I actually might use, actually, these guys can work on this throughout the day, because we're really not going to have to worry about that. So, while they're all working on that, we're going to take the rest of our Pikmin, and I think we're going to come over here, and I believe there is a treasure right back here. Is it on top of this? No, it's on the back over there. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, so... I'll tell you this much, there's really nothing much more we can do while we wait for these Pikmin to just sort of do all of this stuff. There's a treasure that's buried in the middle of where this water is, just so you know that you will have to take out all this water. This is just kind of annoying, I guess. Let me see if there is... because I don't really think that there's much else. I guess what we can do is we can clear this. I was thinking of cutting the video, but we can just clear this. Now, I believe... is there a treasure up there? I think there's a treasure over there. And I do think you need yellows to get this one. I think there's a treasure right up there. We're going to need yellows for that, because you're going to have to do this crazy stuff. But at the same time, I think you have to get rid of the water here to be able to do it at the same time. I don't exactly remember this part, but regardless, might as well get these, probably get some purple potions while we can, or some purple sprays, regardless. So I'm waiting for those ravenous whisker pillars to show up. These guys are almost done building this, which is really nice. That's very helpful. And obviously, we just gotta listen for the blues to break down that wall. But breaking down that wall will obviously be really, really helpful here. So, just waiting for that. Okay, good. And then we can just do this. Then we need to bring our blues over here to break that rock on top of that dungeon hole so that we can get all the water to go away. Let's see. Come on. Again, there's really nothing else for us to do while we wait for these Pikmin to do all this stuff. It's just annoying, right? So, okay, there's a ravenous whisker pillar. We just can get rid of him. And leave him. Good. And then get rid of him and him. Good job. Okay. Now, I think we can just... A couple of you guys can take care of these ravenous whisker pillars. Take them back to base. And we'll just pick you guys up when we go back to the base anyway. And the rest of you guys can help and take care of these berries. Get a purple spray back to our base while we can. And then once we do this, I'll have Louie, once we get all these berries, we'll have Louie stand over by the blues. So these guys will grab all these. Okay. Come on, help. Just help with this. There's a really nice system in Pikmin 3 where these berries are available, but the Pikmin do this thing where they auto come back here, which is really neat. Like, to go all the way to the base and then they'll walk all the way back. Oh wait, there's a white over there. Come here. Here, buddy. Okay. Yep, raised up a couple of extra Pikmin. Don't know what onions they went to, but they certainly went to an onion. Oh, they went to red onion. Okay. I thought we had white Pikmin bringing them back. Okay, what we'll do is we will leave our Pikmin here, because there's really no use for these guys right now. I feel bad for saying that, but there's really not big of a use. I should have brought out, like, more blues and more yellows. I just did not think that this would take this long in particular. But we're going to do that, and then we are going to come here. We're going to just watch these guys. These guys are almost done, actually, which is really, really good. These guys are still going to take forever. I think what we should do is just call them. We'll just take care of that in a bit. But we need to bring them over here. Luckily, the blues can just walk over through here. The only way that the Toady Boister can actually attack you is by walking in front of him. So if you walk behind him, it's not that big a deal. He's not really going to be able to hurt Pikmin. So that's finally gone. Now we can actually walk around this guy. Yeah, he's really, really slow. So after this, we can just do this, disband the Pikmin, and then we can grab our blues here. All 25 of them. And then we'll come down here, and then we will get rid of the water in here. Yep, and it's already giving us the dungeon thing. I find the dungeon name of this very, very funny. A large rock sits in a reservoir of water. May I interject here? I have been observing the two of you working together. You have been cooperating well. Yet, to face the dangers ahead, you must be free of the shackles of a boss-worker relationship. Learn to... Why are we saying this? If you can master teamwork, then you can overcome any impediment. Okay, ship is being very big corpo right now. Okay, so we'll just get rid of this. And then what's nice is once we get rid of this, we can absolutely come out here, and then we can just walk right through here, which will be real good. There's a treasure buried over there by those wollywogs. And so now the water gets drained into the dungeon. So you can tell that this is going to be a very water-based dungeon, or at least where blue Pikmin reign supreme. And that is true. To an extent, that is very true. It's not as, like, water insane as you would think it is. But yeah, now what we can do is we can actually take care of this Toady Boister over here. Like I said, these guys really aren't tough. They can only attack from the front, and I think they can eat up to, like, 8 or 7 Pikmin at a time, which really isn't an insane amount, but now that we have purples and reds, these guys are a joke. It would have been a little bit tougher, obviously, with just blue Pikmin and stuff like that, but dude, this one blue leaf is bothering me, but luckily there's grass over here. Actually, let's see if we can just flower this guy, because he's annoyingly slowing us down. Let's see if we can... Please give me one tuft of nectar. There we go. Okay, we're good. Alrighty, so to take care of this guy, we can just do this. Very nice. And look at all those pellets. Very, very cool. Okay, before we carry all this back to base, let us flower the rest of the Pikmin that got deflowered, essentially, by fighting that Toady Boister. And then we'll take care of these Wollywogs here. And then we can start to carry some of the treasures and stuff back to base. Alright. Come here, buddy. Thank God. I always get so nervous fighting Wollywogs. Good job, you got stunned there. Okay. That guy's taken care of, and now we can take care of this idiot. Good job. Okay, very nice. And there is a treasure that should be right over... Where is it? It should be right here, actually. It's right over here. Come on, where is it? There it is. It's a really weird looking treasure too. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have the white Pikmin carry this back. Well, it's weird because it looks very crusty. Okay. How much do we need to carry this? Oh, we'll have all the whites carry it back then. Okay, then we'll have... Man, I don't know what... I want to have blues carry a lot of this back, because this guy also has a treasure, if you can't tell. Okay. No, not that, guys. Okay, and then the reds can carry the treasure back. The yellows can carry back the pellet. And then the yellows can also carry back these Wollywogs. And then after this, I think what we'll do is we'll head into the dungeon. Obviously, there's the one treasure towards the other side that I wasn't able to get quite yet. But that's not a big deal. That guy will not take very long to get, so I'm not too worried about that. And then after this, we'll just head right into the shower room. So I got a couple treasures. I think we more or less have, like... I'm trying to think of all the above-ground treasures we have left. I think we've got... Fortified Ew. I think more or less we've got maybe around, like, 4 or 5 treasures left on the above ground, and they really aren't that bad. Like I said, the one over here really isn't all that bad either, because I think once you drain the water here, let me make sure, we're going to just dismiss right quick. No, okay, so I guess you do need yellows to get this, just because of how the nature of this works, but should be alright. Alright, you got this as well, and it is an aquatic mine. It looks more, it's not really a buoy, I think it's one of those, like markers or whatever they're called. But yeah, we're not going to have time to bring back that other treasure. I also just wanted to raise up some Pikmin, because at the end of the day, yeah, we could use some extra numbers. I just want to have that. And I think it's a real shame to not carry back a Toady Boister, because those guys give a lot of Pikmin. And so, alright, I'm going to carry this back. But that is also from the distant spring, that area that you saw where that other treasure was, again, once reused. Basically, you have to do something similar, where you have to essentially chuck up Pikmin, and then you have to chuck up yellows onto that one area, just to be able to get into that area, to get that treasure sitting on top of the ledge over there. But as we head into this next dungeon, this dungeon really isn't all too bad. I think the enemies in this dungeon are tougher than the actual boss at the end of it, so... the boss, in my opinion, is kind of a joke, and I'll say that the boss here, this will not be the last time that we find this boss, but regardless, it's time to head into the shower room. So, I think we got a good squad entering into here, not too worried about it, but without further ado, folks, let's head right into it. I really love the name of this, I think it's just funny, shower room. More like a sewer, but it's a funny name. Alrighty, we got electrical hazards right away, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to call our Pikmin to us. There are absolutely some new enemies that are in this dungeon. We got to take care of these first. I just don't want the Pikmin to, like, run over to this, so... Obviously, blues are going to be very nice to have in here. Okay, so there's nothing here, so it's just a nice place to dismiss Pikmin. But, look what we got. We got a friend right over there. We got a frickin' Wollywog over there, so, reds and purples. Good job. And we got some log poles here. And funnily enough, there are log pole traps in this dungeon, which is really stupid. But yeah, that is true. And there are rockfall traps in this dungeon as well. Yeah, look, log pole traps. Okay, we just got a potion. We really don't need to do the stupid trick. I'm just gonna get it. Got 10 purple sprays, which is already crazy. Okay, come here, guys. I will say that I do like you get an upgrade in this dungeon. Obviously, as most dungeons, you do get an upgrade for, like, your, overworld. And I really do like the dungeon upgrade that you get in this. I don't remember how many floors this place is. I think it's longer than the Bulblax Kingdom, around the same. I've got some more electrical hazards here. I think that was a watery blowhog, or was that a fiery blowhog? That is a watery blowhog. Don't want him to be facing towards the electrical hazard, so we're just gonna... Good job. Oh wait, kill him! And why did that rockfall trap activate? Okay, man. And why did that one activate? Okay. Okay, we're okay there. Nothing else here. Alright, let's take care of this. And there's our treasure right over there, which I believe is an orange juicer. I haven't used a traditional juicer like that in a very long time. Why does there have to be a watery blowhog right there? Like, why? Like, why? That is so annoying that he has to be right on the electrical hazard. Come here, idiot. You're gonna die. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Yes, I believe this is a juicer. A traditional juicer. Actually, well, I actually don't know if I'm right or wrong about that, but to me it looks like a juicer. Again, don't know if I'm wrong or right, but... Let's keep going. We're going to carry all these guys back to base, just get some extra Pokos. Doesn't hurt because there's nothing else we really have to worry about in this floor. I don't know how many Pokos as well, but I do know that, like I said, this dungeon really isn't all too bad. So, I really wouldn't worry too much about it. Alrighty, here we go. 90 Pokos and... Merciless Extractor. Okay. I'm thinking about it too. What I'm thinking we're going to do after we go to the shower room is I think we're going to get our 10,000th Poco by going to the Valley of Repose, and I think we'll take care of that last dungeon as well as a bunch of the above ground treasures as well. I don't remember how many Pocos those above ground treasures are, but I don't think that they will be enough to push us over 10,000 even after this dungeon. We'll see though. I want to see how much we have after this dungeon. I think we'll probably do one more floor and we'll call it quits then, for the time being. Because we're at 18 minutes, I think if we do another floor, maybe another 3 or so, maybe 5 minutes. Be right at the sort of mark where I enjoy to do these episodes. Alright, next floor of the shower room, we got some poison hazards. We saw those over there. And we got a new enemy. These guys are lesser spotted jelly floats. There are greater spotted jelly floats, as we will eventually run into those. Basically, these guys, they can kill Pikmin, and the way they do it is they suck up Pikmin into their bellies, and then they keep them in there for a significant amount of time. And it's not until after a significant amount of time that they will kill Pikmin. It's kind of like they're digesting them. So it takes a while. It's annoying when they're around hazards. Like, they're more annoying enemies than anything else. And they're very pretty, by the way. Especially think about this. This is 04. These guys are very pretty for how they look. I'm trying to get this guy to walk over here away from the frickin' poison. Because when you attack them and they fall down, he's in the wall, man. That's so annoying. Okay, there's an orange Bulborb over here. I'll take care of this guy real quick. I'll tell you, there's a floor like this in a later dungeon, and oh boy, it is a very terrifying dungeon. And he's on the other side of the wall. That's so annoying, man. Okay. That guy got destroyed. Okay, now that he's on the other side of the wall, I'm hoping that I can just get rid of that poison hazard and then get rid of him. This is annoying this is the one thing about this game I'm not the biggest fan of. There's a lot of stupid things like this that can just happen. And the other thing I'm afraid of is there even anything over that wall is the thing. I don't think so. I'm worried about going into that wall and then having the Pikmin attack the... Oh wait, he's just gonna float over the wall. Okay. Come here, buddy. So you can see that's how he sucks up Pikmin. You can see they're stuck in his stomach now, but shouldn't be anything to worry about. Watch how they die, too. It's actually very pretty. Ooh. Yeah, and then that's how the Pikmin get released. Again, I don't know how long it takes. I think it's a couple of minutes it takes for them to actually kill a Pikmin. So they're really nothing more than hazards. Just make sure you kill them right away to prevent your Pikmin from, you know, worrying about that. But nothing even here. Wow. I was so worried about that for literally no reason. I hate my life. I'm one of those types of people. I know how you guys are. Yeah, man, I overthink and I worry a lot. You know, that's just me as a person, and that's one thing about my character that I need to try to improve over the years. I think we can all agree that that's, you know, something that is not great to have. It's just I want to make sure things are done right. I want to make sure that, you know, it's all good, basically. I just want to make sure. Alright, carry this bulb orb. There's dwarf ones, too, that we saw on the left here, so I think on the left here. The other thing that'd be really nice to get is the dungeon upgrade that you get from the dungeon that's left at the Valley of Repose is incredibly helpful. Like, a very, very good upgrade. We got a battery, I think, right over there. Yep. We're gonna get rid of this guy first, though. Don't attack the poison! No, don't. You idiot, you idiot. Okay, good. Okay. Good lord. Just making sure those guys don't notice and start to run over here. Okay. Get rid of this one as well. We got a bar of soap right there. It looks like a dial soap to me. I just want to get rid of these guys. I'm really worried about the rockfall traps. Okay, good. Now I'm going to make sure, because I don't know which way the Pikmin are going to carry back the treasures. I'm going to make sure that there's no rockfall traps on this side of the area. Okay, are there not? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes traps will activate whether they're Pikmin or captains, and so I wanted to make sure that the Pikmin weren't going to walk into a falling rock trap when they were carrying these back to base. Kill him, kill him! That was annoying. That's a dumb trap. You suck, game. That sucks. That's such a stupid trap. Okay. What we'll do is I'm going to dismiss Louie and the other Pikmin here. We'll have Louie just stay here with the other Pikmin. And then we will just follow these guys back to base. Make sure everything's good. But I think we're all good here. But yeah, bar of soap. And then we got this treasure as well as another battery. This is obviously another off-brand battery. I think that this is also another Duracell battery that they obviously couldn't license, which means they couldn't put it in the game now. A durable energy cell. So that's why it's obviously you know, a fake made-up brand that they have. Or maybe that's a brand that I just don't know about, but that's definitely not one you see at like Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or Staples or something every day. So I don't know if that is, but I don't think it is. I think it's just made up because they couldn't get the licensing for another battery. But yeah, I think that was another Duracell. I think a lot of the batteries in this game were Duracell at the time. You can look it up on the wiki, that's how it was. So, bar soap, what is it called? 60 Pocos and Sud Generator. That's funny. The cool thing, too, is that, guys, we are at 90% of the way to the debt. Just 10% left, and we've completed the debt repayment back to Hocotate for back to the stupid loan thing that the president was going for. Alrighty, now we can delve deeper into floor 3, and I think with that we are at 25 minutes almost, and I think that's a perfect place to end. Let's see what floor it is. I just want to know the floor because I know there's one floor in particular I know of this dungeon that's annoying. Well, that I remember distinctly. I can't remember. I think this was the one. Was this the one? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I think this is oh, that's a greater spotted jellyfloat right there. But, like I said, guys, in this episode, we ended up opening up much more of the perplexing pool, ended up carrying back some enemies and raising up some more Pikmin, carried back a few of the treasures as well, and so next time on Pikmin 2, we'll be continuing, and we entered the shower room, and after doing a couple sub-levels of it, next time on Pikmin 2, we'll be continuing through the shower room, and we will be completing this dungeon in its entirety, so I hope you guys look forward to that episode. So, I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, follow me in the socials, those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create.